Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the fourth of four publication readings for my new book, The Low Country Shvitz, which you can see right up there in the corner. I learned from last week I don't need to hold the book up separately since you can just plain old see it. Right there in this handy graphic I have was nice enough to create for this event. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to be reading poems that I wrote on the way to and in Asheville, North Carolina. And I'm going to be joined by my friend Billy Jonas, who I got to hang out with in Asheville, who is a super accomplished musician and, well, just person, I'd have to say, overall. And so we're going to hear from him in a little bit. This book, The Low Country Shvitz, was written last summer when Addie and I had the chance to visit the southeast of the United States of America. We started out in Savannah, Georgia. We went on to Charleston, South Carolina, and then took a nice drive, which we're going to hear about in a bit, to Asheville, North Carolina, leaving the lowlands behind, the low country. And that's what I'm going to be reading from today. And then we finished off our trip after Asheville in Charlotte, which I read from last week. So, without any further ado, I'm going to read just a few poems to start, and then we're going to hear from Billy Jonas. So, as I mentioned, we took a long drive from Charleston to Asheville, and this is that poem from that drive. This is called Drive to Asheville. Addie is delighted that you can separately change the volume of the navigation and of the music on the car radio. A sign tells us Cracker Barrel has cheesecake pancakes, which sounds like death on a plate. We drive by the fruit of the loom factory. Oh, underwear of my youth, I've brought you home. Jeff Cook of Jeff Cook Real Estate really wants me to know how much my house is worth. The roads out of Charleston are loud. It may be a paving situation, though. Later, I realize our rental car is not that premium and just may not have the sound dampening technology I am used to. My apologies, road, for blaming you for the noise. The left lane has disappeared, but it's okay. They told me it was going to happen. The police cars on Highway 26 are unmarked. I think the trees are in on it, too. We cross under 95 and could easily turn right onto it and make our way to Canada with a stop to visit Addie's family, or left all the way to where Florida dangles out into the ocean with a stop to visit mine. We do neither and continue to Asheville. I'm reminded today is a workaday when I see a backhoe doing what backhoes do. Free tire pieces everywhere. A truck has the word "Building the Carolinas, one load at a time" written on its back. Let's all assume we know what that means. Addie is bored, so I tell her to count the trees. Every now and then she vocalizes a number, but I'm not sure how accurate it is. I got some color in the Charleston sun. Unfortunately, it's teal. Months later, I struggle with whether haint would have been funnier than teal. Our 4-hour drive takes us past 3 historic downtown signs. I'm sorry, historic downtowns of South and North Carolina. The Ethiopian food in Asheville isn't going to eat itself. The music shuffle brings on Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech at Temple Israel of Hollywood. It is longer than any song and starts in the Low Country and culminates with words about mountains just as we start to ascend into the Blue Ridge area. Martin reminds us, though the sights through the sites of slavery we toured mere hours and days ago are no longer active, our climb up the mountain has not ended. We're not in the Low Country anymore. All right, that's the poem about driving from Charleston to Asheville. We got into Asheville, and these were my initial thoughts. This is a little three-part poem called Initial Ashevilleisms. 1. The Luperts have arrived in Asheville is a message I've already sent to my friends who seemed rather indifferent about the whole affair. 2. We can tell already Asheville has a type. 3. At the Kimpton Heiress Hotel, the elevators are in charge, and you just pray to God they will take you to your desired floor. There you go. And before we bring on Billy Jonas, I want to read this poem that I wrote after having dinner with Billy and his wife at the Ethiopian restaurant in Asheville. This poem is called Billy's World. The Ethiopian food in Asheville at the restaurant, which almost has Addie's name in it, is as good as it should be, and made better by the company. A banger and a sanger and his wife, the kind of people the staff already know. We were tired to where a chicken coop was built with bare hands and a local buddy. The front gate will go up soon. You could stand next to the coop at various times of day and see badgers, coyotes, and bears. If you look up, a hawk. If you don't look up, you might just hear it. The chickens are smarter than one would assume. They know where their home is. They know where to lay their eggs. They know to run under the porch if hungry animals come by. Nearby under the porch is the studio. We get a treat in the form of a one-song concert just for us. Every possible instrument is played. Every possible instrument is played. Billy's mind commits the spectacle to muscle memory. His new song will join a ritual at a jubilee. This is the kind of thing that happens here. The kind of genius thing, though we think he may be most proud of the chicken coop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first few poems from the Asheville section of the book. As I mentioned, in Asheville, we hung out with Billy Jonas, someone who I know from attending the Havana Shura Jewish Music Educators Workshop, usually held in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, but it's been migrating of late. Many years ago, Billy Jonas showed up with all kinds of drums and amazing music and spirit and energy. And as I mentioned, we got to hang out with him and see his chicken coop. And he's here with us today. Billy, thanks so much for being here.
I'm trying to tether myself. Hang on. There we go.
I appreciate you giving us the view of Asheville, North Carolina from space, and I'm impressed with your ability to breathe up there without special equipment.
Well, this is the type that you mentioned that lives in Asheville. I'm one of those.
That's not an insult. That was just an observation I just wanted to point out.
Were we really underwhelmed with your text when you said you'd arrived in Asheville?
Oh, not you. Not you. My group of friends who I text with all the time,
I see.
Yeah, who I think earlier in the book, I think in the morning when I woke up in Charleston, I wrote a poem that said something like, "The Luperts have arrived in Charleston is something I'll text to my friends as soon as we get there." So that was sort of a follow-up to that. You were very excited to have us.
Good.
My other friends who received that text, it was, radio silence when I announced that we'd arrived. But they might have also just been busy at that moment.
Okay, I'm going to turn on the jetpack so that I can stabilize. I don't have to hold on anymore. Okay.
I'm just realizing the budget for this event has gone way up since we have to pay for all this space stuff.
Well, I'm just grateful that the turn on original sound thing cuts out the sound of the jetpack, because it would be noxious to try to do a song with that in the background. But yeah, we spare no expense for Rick Lupert events. This is this is as good as it gets to hear your poetry. And for those who don't know, the book is really good. Rick sent it to us. It arrived in the mail just earlier this week, and it's just out on the dining room table. It's what do we call that? So a constant rotation. That's what I was going to say. It's steady rotation. It's just great. It's a smile every page, mostly.
Thank you so much. Normally a lot of promoters and emails and phone calls need to be made to get coffee table placement in different places, and so to know that just happened on your end is really gratifying.
Well, I'm grateful to get to share something with those folks that are listening. Um, I wanted to share a weather report, and this is the weather in Asheville. And the weather, are you in California right now?
I am.
Well, this is a weather report for California too. And if you are listening from someplace besides North Carolina and besides California, this weather report works for you too. And let's see, I should really tell you a little background. But before I tell you the background, just know that I hope you will sing along with me, learn this weather report, put it in your back pocket, and carry it with you wherever you go, because it makes life much better. So the background is that my family and I were making traveling plans, and my neighbor said, "You better slow down, man. There's going to be weather. Storms are brewing. You might find your trip gets ruined." Well, I smiled and said, "I don't want to be short, but I'm working off a different weather report." Different weather report? What's it say? Well, I'll tell you. And it works every day. Whether or not, it's gonna get cold, it's gonna get hot. Full spectrum is what we've got, so here we go. Whether or not, oh, oh, the wind and snow, feel it blow, here we go. Oh, oh, the rain and sun, turn it on, here we come. Whether or not, can you say that with me? Whether or not, two more times, just say, whether or not, out there, wherever you are, whether or not, you got it. Well, whether or not you're calm or you're feeling scared, whether or not you're ready or you're unprepared, the best thing you could possibly do, start expecting something new. Winds of change are bound to blow. Sometimes like a tornado, they'll spin you around, turn you out. That's what life is all about. Whether or not, it's gonna get cold, it's gonna get hot. Full spectrum is what we've got, so here we go. Whether or not, oh, oh, the wind and snow, feel it blow, here we go. Oh, oh, the rain and sun, turn it on, here we come. Whether or not, your part. Whether or not, two more. Whether or not, oh yeah. Whether or not, you're the kind who needs rehearsing, reassurance from a weather person, remember, they've been wrong before and they're bound to be wrong some more. Sometimes they do get it right. Like when they say today, the day will follow the night. Chance of boom, chance of bust. That's a weather report we can trust. Whether or not, it's gonna get cold, it's gonna get hot. Full spectrum is what we've got, so here we go. Whether or not, oh, oh, the wind and snow, feel it blow, here we go. Oh, oh, the rain and sun, turn it on, here we come. Whether or not, whether or not, whether or not you believe in science, shamanic divination, or intuitive self-reliance, pack an umbrella, pack a hat, and pack a jacket in your backpack, because it's gonna rain, it's gonna snow sometime this year, maybe tomorrow, and then skies will clear. Everybody knows no such thing as bad weather, just inappropriate clothes. Whether or not, it's gonna get cold, it's gonna get hot. Full spectrum is what we've got, so here we go. Whether or not, oh, oh, the wind and snow, feel it blow, here we go. Oh, oh, the rain and sun, turn it on, here it comes. Whether or not, whether or not, whether or not, Whether or not, say it with me. Whether or not, like a mantra. Whether or not, say it like you're Frank Sinatra. Whether or not, sing it every single day. Whether or not, when you're about to go on your way. Whether or not, on your way out the door. Whether or not, said it already, say it some more. Whether or not, every single night before you sleep. Ever or not, gonna take it in really deep. Whether or not, here it comes again. Whether or not, sing it with your friends. Whether or not, summer, winter, fall. Whether or not, make it like a daily call. Whether or not, everybody say it out loud. Whether or not, when you're alone or in a crowd. Whether or not, that's all that we got. Whether or not.
Well, the only thing I can suggest is wear layers. That's probably the key to this. What a fun song that I hadn't heard before. So, like, already that's a gift. And thank you so much, Billy, for bringing the full Billy Jonas experience from outer space to the Low Country Shvitz, Asheville, North Carolina segment today.
That's how we roll here. Absolutely. I'm privileged to be able to share it. Though now this weather report coming to you from Asheville is your weather report and everybody who's listening. So I hope you'll carry it. And when someone says, "What's the weather?" and you will say, "Whether or not."
Whether or not.
And then my secret plan will have come to fruition. But thank you.
It's whatever we can do to further your agenda is okay with me. Before I let you go, Billy, I just want to say that I've known you for a couple of decades, and really, and I think you mentioned this when we hung out, like that time in Asheville just last summer was really the first time we really hung out and we got to talk and spend time with each other. And it was, it was a gift. It was lovely. It sealed the deal as far as I'm concerned. And I loved seeing Asheville through your eyes. I loved seeing your chicken coop. I'm still thinking about the chicken coop back there and the chickens. And and I think we hung out with you 3 times. We had dinner. We went to your house. We had breakfast another time. We went to the ritual that you did. Which was really extraordinary, and I loved meeting you and your wife and your daughter, and I hope to do it again.
Anytime.
Cool. Well, thank you again. I'm going to close this out with a few more poems, and I appreciate you being here. Round of applause around the world, no matter what your weather or not is, for Mr. Billy Jonas from Asheville, North Carolina. Alrighty, I'm gonna read a few more poems to close out this here shindig, and since we talked about Billy and his daughter, I'm gonna read this short poem that I wrote for Layla, for Billy's daughter, when we had breakfast a couple days into Asheville. Layla climbs on the tables at the restaurant. Layla climbs on her father at the restaurant. She makes us rings in our preferred colors. I'm happy to share my root hash with Layla. Her smile could power all of Asheville. So that is for Layla. I'm moving on to some other experiences we had in Asheville. This one is called Walking the Streets of Asheville Late at Night. Skeleton bench versus naked meditator with 2 gnomes. The moon versus chocolate fetish. Everything is closed and the streets have a smell. One man, part of the smell, is heard saying, "We had a mandate." Permanent cats are on a catwalk. If there were donuts in sight, this could easily be Portland. The Portland of the South, though every place deserves its own identity, so forget I said that. All right, this next poem is called, well, let me make sure I get the title right before I guess. Yes, Missing Context. I was going to say something that began with, "in a certain context," but I don't remember what it was, and now the whole day is gone, and we'll never know what these 17 syllables were. Just a few more. There were so many great places to be and eat and look at and explore in Asheville. One of them was a place called Whole Donuts. which I highly recommend traveling to Asheville just to go eat at. This one is called In Whole. We're at a place called Whole Donuts, which is both delightful and alarming depending on how you feel about holes. And this is sort of, I guess we were there as the transition out of COVID sensibility was happening, and we couldn't go into the Whole Donuts facility. So we had to wait outside and place an order with a person, and then they'd go inside, and it would all happen. And we really wanted to see what was going on in there. And so while we were there, Addie was just kind of peering through the window, watching what was happening. This is called Whole Tour. Addie peers through the window to watch the process. A sign that says Whole hanging over her shoulders. They shape them, weigh them, fold them in the fryer. I think a cookie cutter is involved, but I've lost track of the order. The donut woman brings an order out for Catherine, who's not present. I ask what's in the order, as I might be Catherine. I've made everybody in West Asheville laugh today. Oh, they flip the donuts in the fryer. That's new information. Addie says this place is a hole in the wall. I'm not sure she understands the gravity of what she's just said. The glazing may be happening now. The chocolate tour we were going to go on later is sold out, so Addie's self-made peer through the window tour is not meant to be creepy. It's what she's entitled to today. The donuts are gathered using what Addie calls a donut stick. The cinnamon sugar takes longer, and Addie's pantomime of what the glazing machine does is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of performance. The donuts are here. Excuse me, I have to go. I've got two more poems from you from Asheville and from this experience of being there. These really hardly scratch the surface of Asheville. It's a place that's well worth visiting. The Biltmore Mansion is an extraordinary place to go and wander around and tour. Lots of good food and people and sensibilities. We definitely want to go back. This, as I mentioned earlier, Billy was leading an event, or a ritual, really, at a special place there, and part of the ritual involved us stopping and having to write something. And this is what I wrote during the ritual. It's called Ritual. I am PayPal. I am give my cushion to the stranger. I am hokey pokey. I am in the one big circle. I am the shadow. I am still under the influence. I am need to leave. I am slow motion dead on the floor. I am grounded in the voices of the young in the other room. I am ritual. One of the great experiences, I think, going to Asheville just to hang out with Billy and hopefully seeing anything that he's doing is also a really worthwhile experience. This is the last poem I'm going to read from the book from Asheville. This one is called Late Night Delight. Later at night, we stop for dessert and French fries, and it all comes with cucumber slice in a glass of water. At one point, when I refill the water, the cucumber spins, which again delights Addie. Our waitress is Petra, who informs us there are at least 3 other Petras who live in town. She is named after a branch higher up on her tree, and not directly from the place on the other side of the Jordan River. I make jokes like her father. For example, I ask if, knowing there are others, is she competitive? I finish the water, eat the cucumber. Addie likes my cucumber water breath. All of this is just to delight Addie. Well, that's it, folks. That is all the poems I have to read to you from the Low Country Shvitz. If you missed my other publication events, these little pop ups from the other places, if you visit my website, poetrysuperhighway.com, you can see all of them there. I read poems from Savannah, Georgia, the first one, the second one. Poems from Charleston, South Carolina. Last week I read poems from Charlotte. All kinds of great and wonderful people join me on these. And if you want to check out more poems from the book, let me just share this little handy graphic I made. You can go to poetrysuperhighway.com/Schwitz, and there's a few more poems you can read right there on the screen. And there's a link to pick it up on Amazon, though I believe if you have another preferred online retailer, you can pick it up at any places where you might buy books online. On my website, there's a whole thing where you can get it from me directly, a signed copy and an immediate download of the PDF of the book if you'd like to check that out. If you have it and you're so moved, if you write a one or two sentence, hey, I really dug this book, or something like that on the Amazon product page, that helps us individuals out a lot who are putting art out into the world, making sure it stays on people's radars. And thank you so much for watching. And again, I want to say a huge thanks to Billy Jonas for being here with me today. And that's it. Thanks everyone for watching.